Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Yep, that's right, I said Sunday. So normally, I take my weekends off. Saturdays I usually go sourcing, and then Sunday we spend the day getting ready for the next week, running errands, grocery shopping, things like that. But today, I decided I was going to come over and start packing my orders. It's really hot and humid here, and so I can only stay in my storage unit for so long each day. So I figured I'd make tomorrow easier by getting half the work done today. We sold this little Chalkware Yorkie figurine. I paid 50 cents for it at an estate sale. It sold for $11.01. At the time that I filmed this video, which was early Sunday morning, I already had 31 sales. So I figured I'd get half of them done, and that way my load would be a little bit lighter tomorrow. And of course, I hope I sell a few more things throughout the day. Next item going out is a patch, and this is probably the oldest patch in my store. I found this vintage 80s Olympic patch for the US shooting team at a yard sale, paid a quarter, it sold for $7.95. That thing has been hanging around here forever, so we are glad to see it move on. Our next item going out is a fairly recent lot that I put together. I picked up this whole bag of watches at the last highway sale I went to, a little private yard sale, a little old lady, very sweet. And a lot of them are not really designer brands or anything like that, nothing really special, so I just lotted them all up. I paid $2 for the bag, they sold for $34.95, and I sold it as for parts not working because none of them are ticking at this time, and I wasn't going to change out the batteries in them. But lots of watches and jewelry and things like that can do very well. Next item going out is a Star Wars figure, and this is, I'm gonna have such a hard time saying his name, Commander Geonosis, maybe? Anyway, he's a droid, and he's red. He came in that big box we got from the thrift store, so I have 10 cents into him. He sold for $7.95. And next up we have a baseball hat going out. We are looking for the Chicago White Sox, and here it is. Nice little black and white stylish hat. I think this hat is actually very classic looking. I like the way it looks. It's a new era fitted hat, so it's nice quality and it's in pretty good shape. I found this at my local Goodwill, and they charge $1.99 for hats. I actually made a video when I found this and several others, and it sold for $14.95. And speaking of accessories, we also have a belt going out. This is a little bit of an interesting one. So it is this web canvas style belt that has like a ribbon around it saying yachting, but it's actually not that one. That's a size small. We're looking for a size XL. I got a handful of these at an estate sale, and I only paid $1 a piece for them. Got a bunch of belts at that estate sale, but there were several different sizes of this one style belt, which tells me they might have been making them, or they sold them at some point in their life. I don't know. Either way, it's the extra large that we sold today. As you can see here, it's got like the little brass rings and ends. Paid $1, it sold for $14.95. Next up, we have to go down to our tool cubby. And I recently picked up these old oil cans, and I like them for keeping all the little small pieces I'm always digging for in. So for right now, I'm using them for decorated purposes, but they might be for sale one day. But what we did sell is this mother of pearl inlaid handle pocket knife. Really neat piece. I found it at the bins, so it only cost me a quarter. It sold for $14.95. I'm never not picking up cool little pocket knives like that if I see them in the bins. Pretty awesome thing. Now we have a paperback book going out, and this is a nice thick one, so it was easy to see. It is called the Herb Book, and basically it tells you all about all the different herbs. Little drawings inside of what they look like, and I'm sure there's some information like scientific side of things, and then also what they can be used for. It's a neat little book, handy to have around. Paid a quarter, it sold for $5.95. And we have another bins item going out. This has been in my store like since the beginning of time. I wouldn't have picked it up if I'd known it would last this long, but I'm glad I did because it's very lightweight. This is a penny whistle, little musical instrument, and that little book there has some songs on it that you can learn how to play. Kind of like a little souvenir item from maybe Colonial Williamsburg, but I got it at the bins, only paid a quarter by weight. It sold for $20, so it actually does have some good value. It's just been hanging around forever. I almost couldn't even find it. Usually I don't pre-hunt for things, but I had no idea where that was going to be, so I will be completely honest. I had to look for it and then do the video of it. But most things I know where they're at. I knew it was on my toy shelf, just didn't know which cubby. Next up, we have a Virginia is for Lovers sticker going out. Paid 10 cents, got a bunch of them for $1. It sold for $4.95. And now we are going to be looking for a VHS. I sold my oldest patch in my store, and this is probably the oldest VHS tape I have in my store. This was like one of my first sourcing trips at the bins for the purpose of reselling, not just going for personal use and entertainment. And at that time, I really didn't know what I was doing, so I just picked up things I thought might sell. And apparently this does sell, but it takes about 1.5 years for it to do so. So I would not be picking this up again. If we can even find it. Look, it's buried. That's how long I've had it. I can't even find it. No, I know it's got to be in here somewhere. Just way in the very back. So let's see if I can reach all the way back there and grab it. Now, there are two things about this that make it a hard sell. First, it's a VHS tape. Second, it's open. Now I usually only try to pick up sealed ones, but this Smokey and the Bandit VHS, I paid $0.25 for it. It sold for $4.95, so I still made my money. But again, probably not picking that up again. Now this is a cool item. I love at estate sales getting old pencil sharpeners, and I'd never seen this one before. It's apparently from like the 20s or 30s, which is crazy. It's called True Point. I paid $1 in an estate sale. It sold for $14. Somebody sent me an offer and I accepted, but the comps on those are actually quite a bit higher, so not a bad pickup either way. Now we are looking for some wrapping paper, and I know it's in this box, but it's a lot of new old stock wrapping paper, and there is some Christmas in it, but there's other holidays as well. That's why it's not in one of my Christmas boxes. And I just gotta look at the picture to see which one it is, and we finally have it here. This little assortment of sealed wrapping paper, definitely vintage. I'll throw a picture up so you can see them all. We paid $1 at an estate sale. It all sold for $8. Now I pretty much just stick to the vintage Christmas paper when I see it, unless it's something really cool. Now I have an Anna Lee doll going out, but it's actually not a doll per se. It's in my jewelry box, not with my other Anna Lee dolls. This is a little Anna Lee brooch, and it is a scarecrow, super adorable. When I bought that huge buyout, that collection of Anna Lee dolls, I saw this as I was checking out, and I was like, is that included? She said yes, so I paid $1 for it. It sold for $14. And we have another paperback book going out. This one came from an estate sale, which you guys know, most of my paperbacks come from the bins, but I went to an estate sale that just had a massive collection of vintage horror paperback books, so I took them all. And I figured they cost me about 50 cents a piece. This is the First Deadly Sin, nice thick novel here. And like I said, I paid 50 cents. It sold for $7.61. Now, I absolutely love this next item. It's one of the few items that when I would send offers out on, I would not give a really great offer because I just loved it so much that if it went for much cheaper than what I had it listed for, I would have just kept it. But it did finally sell, and it is this adorable Daisy pillowcase. I actually had a bed sheet set of the same pattern but different colors before. But this is made by Lady Pepperell. It is a king-size pillowcase in great condition, beautiful colors. I paid $1. It sold for $17.95. We have one more book going out today. This time it's not a paperback, and it's probably going to be down there with my Bibles. Yep, I see it. So it's not a Bible, but it is the Union Prayer Book, and it is made for those who practice Judaism, so a Jewish prayer book. And you guys, this thing's so cool. It's from 1937. It's almost 90 years old, which is crazy. And it has writing in it in English as well as Hebrew. When I found this at the bins for 50 cents, I couldn't leave it behind. Such a neat item. Doesn't sell for a whole lot, but $11.95 is a good sale price for a very cool item. And I'm hoping I did good work saving it from the landfill. Now, this item is going to be the last one we packed today, and it's so interesting. So y'all saw that crazy estate sale I went to a couple weekends ago. We got so many awesome things there, but I found this laying on top of a dresser, and I didn't know what it was, but I just threw it in my bag anyway. It's a little nightlight, and it is made by General Electric. It's from the 1930s, you guys, and it's supposed to look like a skyscraper. I paid maybe $0.25 for it. It sold for $44.95, so definite BOLO item. I have $12.19 into all of these items that sold today, and their total was $256.07, which is 21 times our money, and it's only half of our weekend orders. So you're going to see the rest of them when I go back to work tomorrow morning, but until then, Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll see you soon with another video of what's sold.